Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about what apply brakes when regen braking is limited means, so that conversation is coming up. So before we do anything, let's figure out how to get into it. So if you want to use this feature, if you've heard of it, you go down to the car button here, go to pedals and steering, and then here's the option right here. So you can turn it on, turn it off. And so what that means is, first we need to back up a little bit and we need to go over what regen braking is. So if you've heard the term regenerative braking, basically what that is in a EV, you can basically not use your brakes at all for the most part. It's called one pedal driving. And so that's when the regen braking comes into play. And so basically you're on the accelerator, and then when you let off the accelerator, the motor actually slows the car down and recharges the battery at the same time. So that's the regenerative part. So what this feature does is basically, let's say, your battery is at 100%, or it's very, very high in your SOC, or state of charge, or it's really cold outside. What happens is regen braking gets limited. And when that happens, it basically means that you can't use the full regen that you want to, because the battery is either too full or the battery isn't warmed up enough to be able to take advantage of the whole thing. So what this feature does is basically, when your regen is limited, it uses your brakes as well. And what this does is it basically it makes the car drive smoother. And so basically, if you didn't have this feature on, let's say it's like whatever, 30 degrees outside and you're driving around, and you'll see the regen limited up here. So basically on your acceleration bar and your regen bar, you'll see the dotted lines. And that basically means that regen is limited. And so basically, if you try to use regen to a certain extent, it's not going to do it. It'll just stop. Like, it's limited, literally. And so when you're driving, when you feel that and you let off the accelerator, the car is going to jerk and it's not going to be smooth, because basically you can't use the regen, so the car kind of just keeps going at this certain pace. So what this feature does is it smooths that out. So if you have limited regen and you're driving around, you can let off the accelerator and basically it'll use as much regen as possible. And then in addition, it'll also use the brakes as well. And basically that way, when you let off the accelerator, it'll feel like you're using just regen the entire time when you're not. And so I have a little clip for you so you can see it and you know it's working, is so when you let off the pedal and the regen is the green bar up here, you'll also notice there's a gray bar as well with the green bar. And so basically that's your indication that the brakes are being used as well. So if you just let off the accelerator but not too hard, you'll just see the green, which is just regen, which is normal, and it'll feel smooth. And if you have limited and you've got, you let off the accelerator too much, or the car, thinks that there's not enough, like it doesn't want to let you do regen because of whatever factors it's looking at, then it'll also apply the brakes as well. So when you let off that accelerator, the slowdown is smooth, like it should be, like if you had full regen. So that's basically what this feature is for. It's actually really nice. I like using it because it does drive the car smooth. And another thing that's nice about it too is if you don't have it on, or you have a cold battery, and sometimes like you just forget, like you're so used to doing one pedal driving, you just do the one pedal and that's it. And if you forget, then when you let off the pedal, sometimes it's like, oh, the car is coasting really fast, because it's not able to use the brakes with regen because your regen is limited. So this feature fixes that, where basically you don't have to remember and the car will always drive smooth. It just uses the brakes in addition to regen braking to help you. So that's what this feature is. Hope that was helpful. Hope that explanation was helpful and detailed enough for you. So if you have any comments, leave them below, and thanks for watching.